This video is brought to you by MOFT. Of all the new iPhones released this year, the new iPhone 14 Plus in some ways is the most interesting one to me. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience switching from the iPhone 13 to the 14 Plus as my main phone for the past weeks. I'll be sharing what I love about this phone as well as what I like less. So the most compelling feature with the 14 Plus is that you now get that Pro Max size display and battery at a much more compelling price. And this may just make the new 14 Plus the best value iPhone out right now. As always, I will leave all the purchase links down in the description. But before we start, my last giveaway was such a success, so this time I'm giving away this brand new iPhone 14 in blue. If you guys want a chance to win, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment your favorite feature of the iPhone 14, along with your Instagram username, and then follow me on Instagram, where I will announce the winner on November the 27th. Okay, so let's talk about what's new with the iPhone 14 Plus. Now, this year, the iPhone 14 Plus is essentially a new category of iPhone, replacing last year's mini model. And compared to the previous iPhone 13, the 14 Plus adds crash detection, emergency SOS via satellite, which is actually really cool, big camera upgrades, and eSIM only support in North America. But most importantly, you get that bigger display and battery. Let's talk about each of these new features along with the key pillars of any smartphone to see if the iPhone 14 Plus is worth getting or upgrading to. Alright, so in terms of the design, we get that familiar squared off design from last year's iPhone 13, and I think it still looks great, especially in this midnight color. We get this matte aluminum frame along with the glossy glass back, which still looks good, but I would have loved to see Apple do something new with the design, like for example add a matte glass back, like sort of what we see on the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro Max, as that would add a little bit of grip, which on a bigger phone like this would have been especially nice. On the front, we have the same notch with FaceID, which remains to be fast and reliable, and can now also unlock in landscape mode. And proportionately speaking, the notch will actually take up less space on this larger display compared to the regular iPhone 14. Speaking of which, if you previously wanted to get the larger 6.7-inch display, this meant having to upgrade to the iPhone Pro Max line, and this comes in at a very steep increase in price. But now, for the first time, you can get that 6.7-inch display for only $100 more. This is perfect if you consume a lot of content on your phone, especially with the incredible battery life of the 14 Plus, but more on that in a sec. And then comparing the 14 to the 14 Plus, you can see that, well, it's bigger. I know, took me by surprise too. But as for which size is right for you, well, that will depend on how you use your phone. Now, as someone who previously used the 6.1-inch iPhone 13, switching to the now larger 6.7-inch iPhone 14 was actually easier than I thought. It only took me a matter of days to get used to, and after using it for around a week or so, I can tell you that I'm not going back to the smaller size, and I've really grown to enjoy the extra screen size of the Plus model. I would say the 14 Plus is still portable, pocketable, and semi-one-hand usable. To give you an example, I can check it and use it with one hand whilst walking down a busy street, but cannot as easily type a message with one hand, and in that instance, we'll use both thumbs instead. In return for this small trade-off, you get, well, bigger everything, whether it be the keyboard, options, text. It is so great to have more content on the display at a time, and I find this quality of life improvement to be the main reason why I am sticking with the larger 6.7-inch screen and not switching back to the 6.1-inch screen, and I think most people will have a similar experience. To make the experience using the iPhone 14 even better, I paired it with the stand power set from MOFT. These MagSafe compatible accessories use a modular design so they can adapt depending on the situation you're in. And here is how I use the stand power set. At the end of the day, I charge the 3400 mAh battery using the USB-C port, then simply magnetically attach my phone onto the battery pack. And overnight, both will charge at the same time, thanks to having pass-through charging. The stackable design and USB-C port on the side also mean that the battery pack can be charged whilst you use your phone. And then in the morning, both my phone and the battery pack are fully charged with just one cable. Then, whilst I get ready for the day, I prop up my phone with the wallet and stand in landscape mode to watch some videos, or in portrait mode to read some emails, while at the same time using the battery pack to charge my earbuds for some music on my commute. And then when I'm ready to leave the home, I use the phone stand as a grip that also houses up to 3 cards. Combined, these accessories add extra power and functionality to your iPhone. To learn more about the Snap Stand Power Set from MOFT, be sure to click the links in the description. A big thank you to MOFT for supporting the channel. Now back to the iPhone 14 Plus. Looking more closely at the display, this is an excellent OLED display. With up to 800 nits of brightness, although not as bright as the iPhone 14 Pro models, it is still visible outdoors and even in sunlight. Colors are vibrant, so games, your photos and videos all look great. Now, this is a 60Hz display, unlike the 120Hz display that you will find on the Pro models, which will make movement on screen appear even smoother. But I think if you're used to having 60Hz, like on the previous regular iPhone models, 60Hz will still be fine, especially considering how smoothly iOS 16 runs. And then on the front of the display, the iPhone 14 Plus has the same ceramic shield, which has been quite crack resistant, but at the same time does scratch very easily. So I definitely recommend putting on a screen protector from day one to protect your investment. I'll be sure to leave my recommended screen protector down in the description. With that bigger display also comes a bigger battery. Now the 14 Plus has a 60Hz display, no always on display, and with that now bigger battery life should be pretty good, right? Yes, the iPhone 14 Plus in fact has the best battery life on any smartphone, getting me around 10 to 11 hours of screen on time. This is something I've never seen before and is really incredible, meaning it can easily last me all day, evening, with still around 45% remaining. This means that even as a power user, I can get almost 2 days out of this phone. But what about performance? This year, only the iPhone 14 Pros get Apple's latest A16 Bionic processor, while the iPhone 14 Plus and 14 keep the A15 Bionic chip from last year. Yes, it is true, the iPhone 14 Plus has the same chip as last year's iPhone 13, although it now does have 5 cores of GPU, but I've got to tell you, from owning all of the iPhone 14 models, including the iPhone 14 Pro Max, comparing the two in day-to-day use, you really don't see the difference between the two chips. This will only really show when you're exporting larger files or loading bigger games, or perhaps years down the road. Still, of course, I would have liked to see the A16 chip on the 14 Plus, but rest assured the iPhone 14 Plus handles super well, is fast and smooth to use, and will stay that way for years to come. The iPhone 14 Plus also adds 2 new safety features. First is crash detection, which will detect if you're ever in a car crash and call emergency services if you don't respond. Now, I hope to never need this, but it is reassuring to have on at all times in the background. And then second is emergency SOS via satellite, and this lets you connect to a satellite from anywhere, even without cell service, to send a message for help. This starts in the US and Canada and is free for 2 years. Imagine if, say, you were out hiking, mountain climbing, or even driving in a remote area, this feature could be life-saving. As someone who lives in the heart of London, I don't worry too much about losing my cell service, but on holidays to more remote areas, I'm sure glad to have this feature. And this brings me to the next big upgrade that the iPhone 14 Plus gets: camera upgrades. The main lens, while still a 12 megapixel sensor, does now have a faster f1.5 aperture, and what this means is that the sensor can let in more light, and this will result in a up to 49% improvement in low light performance, and also faster night mode when compared to the previous iPhone 13. There's also the new photonic engine, which uses software to further enhance your photo after you take it. Now, are photos from the 14 Plus hugely different from the 13? Not really. The differences in photos are mostly only visible in low light scenarios, where the 14 Plus does get brighter and retains details slightly better, especially in the ultra-wide lens. However, compared to the broader smartphone industry, the 14 Plus camera system is still incredible and firmly amongst the best, creating natural-looking photos that are sharp with high dynamic range. The selfie camera now too has autofocus, and this allows it to be more sharp at more distances, and also improves detail in hair, for example. And then in terms of video, we now get action mode, and this is for even better image stabilization. And this is quite impressive, almost gimbal-like stabilization that is noticeably better when compared to the iPhone 13. Over the years, iPhones have become known for the camera quality, and the camera system on the 14 Plus is no exception to that. So, at the end of the day, should you upgrade to the 14 Plus? Well, the iPhone 14 Plus gives 3 compelling reasons to upgrade. First is that larger 6.7-inch display, now at a much lower price compared to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And then second is the best ever battery life in an iPhone. Again, almost 2 full days of heavy use. And then third is the new safety features, including emergency SOS via satellite to always be connected. I think if one or multiple of these really speak to you, I would say go for it. The iPhone 14 Plus is an excellent phone with no major drawbacks. Yes, the design is a bit boring, and while I would have liked to see Apple do more here, the larger size does make things more interesting. For the price, with the larger battery and display, the iPhone 14 Plus offers even better value than the regular iPhone 14, making it the new best value iPhone out right now. If you are on an iPhone 11, 10, or 8 and want to upgrade to the larger 6.7-inch size, then this is the perfect time to do so. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about the iPhone 14 Plus, and let's have a chat. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't seen them already, be sure to check out my iPhone 14 Pro review as well as my 14 Pro Max review to see how all of these phones compare. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.